While the world remembers D-Day, June 6, 1944, the Normandy landings, another major Allied amphibious invasion in France often receives far less attention. Operation Dragoon, launched on August 15, 1944. This operation involved landings on the southern coast of France and played a crucial role in liberating French territory and accelerating the collapse of German forces in Western Europe. Operation Dragoon, though overshadowed by Normandy, was a strategically vital campaign, demonstrating Allied coordination and flexibility in the European theater. Strategic context. Situation in Western Europe. By mid-1944, Allied forces had successfully landed in Normandy and begun pushing inland. German forces were increasingly stretched, defending a long front across France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Southern France was still under German occupation, with Vichy France's coastlines and ports providing strategic access to the Mediterranean. Allied objectives. Open a second front in southern France to relieve pressure on Normandy forces. Capture key ports like Marseille and Toulon to facilitate logistics for advancing Allied armies. Link up with French resistance and Free French forces to liberate southern France. Planning Operation Dragoon. The operation involved over 177,000 Allied troops, mostly American and Free French units, supported by British, Canadian, and other Allied forces. Amphibious landings targeted Côte d'Azur beaches near Cavalaire, Saint-Tropez, and Hyères. Airborne forces were dropped inland to secure key road junctions and disrupt German communications. Naval forces provided shore bombardment, minesweeping, and transport support. German defensive position. German forces in southern France were weakened and demoralized, numbering around 40,000 to 50,000 troops in scattered coastal and inland positions. The 19th Army and elements of other units faced logistical challenges and were poorly reinforced. German strategy relied on defending ports and retreating strategically inland to slow Allied advances. The landings, August 15, 1944. Operation Dragoon began at dawn, with pre-landing bombardments softening German defenses. Allied amphibious landings achieved rapid success, with many beachheads secured by the end of the day. German resistance, though fierce in some areas, was disorganized and insufficiently reinforced to repel the invasion. Airborne operations. The 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions were dropped behind enemy lines. Objectives included capturing road networks, bridges, and key towns, disrupting German retreats and reinforcements. The airborne operations were highly effective, contributing to the swift advance inland. Allied advance and capture of ports. After securing the beaches, Allied forces moved rapidly north and west. Marseille and Toulon, critical Mediterranean ports, fell by late August, allowing for massive logistical support for advancing armies. Allied forces linked up with French resistance fighters, further weakening German control and morale. German retreat and collapse. Facing encirclement and low morale, German forces conducted a tactical retreat toward the Rhône Valley and eastern France. The operation forced thousands of German troops to surrender or flee, reducing their capacity to resist in subsequent battles. Dragoon helped the Allies trap German forces between Normandy and southern France, accelerating liberation of the country. Importance of Operation Dragoon. Strategic relief for Normandy front. Opened a southern front, forcing Germany to fight on two axes and weakening their overall defense. Securing ports and logistics. Marseille and Toulon allowed for rapid resupply and reinforcement of Allied armies in France. Liberation of southern France. French cities and regions, including Provence, Lyon, and parts of the Rhône Valley, were freed from German occupation. Coordination of multinational forces. Highlighted effective cooperation between American, Free French, British, and airborne units. Acceleration of German collapse. German forces in France were pushed into full retreat, contributing to the liberation of Paris in late August 1944. Why Operation Dragoon is forgotten. Overshadowed by the Normandy landings, which had greater symbolic and strategic impact. Took place after D-Day, when Allied momentum had already begun to shift in Western Europe. Public attention and media coverage focused on the monumental scale of Normandy, leaving Dragoon underrepresented in historical narratives. Operation Dragoon, the forgotten Second D-Day, was a decisive and expertly executed Allied campaign that complemented the Normandy invasion. By opening a southern front, capturing critical ports and liberating southern France, it significantly weakened German positions and hastened the end of occupation. Though often overlooked, Dragoon demonstrates the importance of strategic planning, amphibious operations, and multinational coordination in modern warfare. Its Its success reinforced Allied dominance in Western Europe and contributed directly to the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany.